Another day, another chance, another way, another dance. Today I'll be doing chapter 5 on JavaScript for kids with Joel as my navigator. So obviously I'll be doing this, yeah. So I'll be doing so it's gonna be based on like web pages, That's just gonna be based on just web pages, and yeah, that's what it's gonna be based on. Yeah. So I was adjusting my screen here. So sorry for the amount of time you wasted, man. I was just adjusting my screen here. So the basics of HTML, the browser-based JavaScript console that we've been using so far is great for trying out small snippets of code, but in order to create actual programs, we'll need something a bit more flexible, like a web page with some JavaScript in it. In this chapter, we'll learn how to create a basic HTML web page. So HTML, which is hypertext markup language, is a language used to make web pages. The word hypertext refers to text that is connected to hyperlinks, the links on the web page. So a markup language is used to annotate documents so that they're not just like plain text. The markup tells software like a web browser. Sorry, I just didn't fix volume there. Right, so the markup tells software like a web browser how to display the text and what to do with it. In this chapter, okay, so yeah, sorry for that, man. Something's just popping up now. No, hold on, man. Okay, I'll show you how to write HTML documents in the text editor, a simple program designed for writing plain text files without the formatting you find in word processors like Microsoft Word. So word processed documents contain formatted text, right? Formatted text, and and usually allow you to insert images and graphics as well. So that's what they pretty much do. So I'm going to be creating like a full HTML document. So in this document, index loading ipsum. So in this document, I've created a full HTML document. So I just want to fix the sound here. Sounds horrible, man. So what I did was I pressed shift, exclamation mark, and then I held onto those two buttons, then I press enter. Right, H.T.M.L language head. So all of this is what pops up when you do shift, exclamation mark, then enter. Then for my body, I did a heading, right, which was called Lorem Ipsum, and then a paragraph. So Lorem Ipsum $6 I meant. Okay, so Lorem Ipsum is pretty much like placeholder language. Doesn't mean anything, but just like a placeholder language that you use, right, just to create like a simple placeholder. So that's what I did. That's what I did. So that's pretty much what I did. So HTML stuff that you see on your web page. So HTML has to do like the way everything looks on the front end. That's what HTML has to do. That's what HTML does. Everything that you see on the front end has everything to do with HTML. So HTML has got the heading, paragraphs, and obviously you want to insert an image. So what you do is you go to the web, pretty much search up on the web any image of your liking, download that image, and as soon as you've done downloading the image, go to File Explorer, drag the image to your path that will lead you to the code that you're working with in File Explorer. Drag the image there, and then yeah. So that's what you need to do.
In this, what do you call OBS Studio? It comes with what do you call with
I
the
beg your
volume you're
pardon?
speaking. No, it's fine. It's okay.
Oh.
I don't understand. It's actually OBS Studio.
Yeah, I know, I was just fixing the volume because the frequency was so high that it was actually echoing. My voice was just bouncing back on the mic. The mic was just
Yes, yes,
echoing.
that was
Yeah.
actually happening.
So I just had to fix that. So you got your heading, your paragraphs, and then your image source. So what I had to change there. You know, what I had to change there. So image source, okay. So I wanted to make sure that my ID or my photo, which is called ID.jpg, was along the same path as the path that pretty much led to my code. Led to my code. So that's what I want to do. So what I did was I dragged my photo on File Explorer into the same file as the file that actually contains the chapter that the codes that you see in this file. Make sure that it's in the same path, drag it in, and then obviously I can't put the whole this I cannot put inside my HTML file. So what I did was I sourced it out to my HTML file, to my JPG, sourced it into my HTML file, and then I made sure that I referred, every time I loaded up my HTML on the web page, it would pop up. So obviously you're aware that HTML has everything to do with stuff that you see on your web page, right? So that's what you're pretty much working on. That's why you're not be working JavaScript for now. Because JavaScript has everything to do with like the back end stuff that you work on in your console and stuff that you work on in your back end. We will pretty much in this chapter working on our front end, and our front end has everything to do with like everything to do with HTML. So that's what you're working on. So source out our image here. Source out our image. So source out our image here. Image source id.jpg. Add some paragraphs. Lorem ipsum dollar and mess. Just placeholder, nothing. No valuable text type like sentences, string them together. My headings, my title. So title has everything to do with the title of your web page. So as you can see here, as soon as you go to like your web page, you can see this tab that has the close tab function. What it has there is a title called Lorem Ipsum. So you can change the title there. So what you do is title Lorem Ipsum and then got it. So that's what you have here. So head. So that's what you've got. Lorem Ipsum here. So that's what you have here. So yeah. So yeah, that's what you do. Then obviously if I see the result of that, here's the result. So here's the title. I'm heading. There's the title, the heading, paragraphs, and the image that you're talking about is being referred here. So obviously that's not me. That is not my ID. That's not how I look like.
No, I know, I know.
I don't think my nose is that big. Yeah, Joel?
Yeah, everyone knows that there is.
With Joel, I can't hear you.
No, what I was saying, I know it's not the ID. We know this guy that used his face for smart card.
Yeah, I know I was joking with you. I was joking.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
So,
You can use
so
the
what we've covered here is to work with the HTML, you first on your key, shift, then exclamation mark, the punctuation above one, shift, exclamation mark, enter. So if you do those combinations together, what they'll give you is this. The docu-type HTML language, heading, body, and HTML. So that's what gives you. So, but the stuff that it doesn't give you is heading and paragraph and image source that you put by yourself. So this I put in, that I put in, and that I put in. So those three things is what I put in. Those three things what's gonna be displayed there. So the stuff that you do with shift, exclamation mark, and enter, this shanties right here, pretty much sets everything up to make sure that you'll be able to set up the stuff that you put in your web page. This has everything to do, all the properties have everything to do with the web page. So that everything that you put in there will be displayed on your web page. Hence, we've got what we've got. I know it seems weird that we're not working on JavaScript or console or anything that has to do with the back end, but in this chapter, we're just working with like web pages. So we've covered this in the world. So pretty much covered that. So what you need to understand is HTML comes first. HTML, lang English, heading, better choice. All of that comes first, then your heading comes first, your body, then your HTML. So these are synchronized in order. HTML, heading, body,
okay.
H1, then P.
You hear me?
A top element is an HTML element. It contains the head and body elements. So this is pretty much the order in which you set everything up for your HTML. This is the HTML hierarchy. So what you see here, and then adding links to your HTML, like what I did. You know what I mean? That's what I did. So if you want to add like a link,
Hey, KB, hello, can you hear me?
I beg your pardon?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now.
Yeah, what I was saying, can you please go back a little bit to the
You want to go back to the HTML page.
yeah, you can go to VS Code. To VS Code, I want to see something. Yeah, my question is, as you said, H1, and then that is actually the paragraph is under the body, right?
I beg your pardon?
What I'm saying, H1 is actually under the body, and the title or the head is where the title is.
Yeah. So the H1's the head. No, H1's heading. H1's the heading, and then paragraph, and then your source. So the hierarchy is HTML, your head. So this is your head. This is your head. Then this is your body.
Can I try to do it for my side?
Beg your pardon?
I'm saying, can I try to do it from my side?
So let me increase the volume here.
Yeah, yeah, just
Body H1 paragraph. So this is the head, then here's the body, and within the body you're gonna have your heading, H1, and then underneath the heading is gonna be paragraph, then underneath that's gonna be image source ID.
what I was saying, can I do it from my side? From my side,
Yeah, let me just finish the video first.
it's giving me error.
Yeah, let me finish the video. Then you have
Okay, okay, sure.
body, then HTML. So in your file explorer, you have to take this image, then drag it into the same path as your chapter, in File Explorer, and then this is what's gonna be displayed. This is gonna be displayed. Yeah, yo, that's what you do. So I added a link. So what I did was, if I'm sourcing out something, right, create a reference, right, for a link. So paragraph has everything to do to read some action comics. Then href has everything to do with the link. Then click here actually prompts the link, right? So this prompts a link, a paragraph, and a button to that link. So that's what prompts. So yeah, if you click that link, your browser should go to the XKCD website. Once you've had your full of comics, click the back button to return to your page. So this is a link attribute. So in your link attribute, so you got your ahref, the opening anchor tab, the web address and codes, the opening anchor tag, which is http:// then this text will appear as the link. So this text will appear as the link, at the button for the link, at the button for this link here. Link tick to whatever web address is entered as the value of the href attribute. Then tell attributes. Hyperlinks is a tell attribute. This attribute says the text you see when you hover your mouse over a link. For example, change the opening a tag so it looks like this. So you're gonna take this here, right? So if you hover your mouse over there, xkcd.com actually pops up if you hover your mouse there. Land of Geeky Comics hovers over there because we changed the href, change the a tag, the properties of the a tag, so this actually pops up. Now reload the page. When you hover your cursor over the link, you should see the text XKCD Land of Geeky Comics flowing above the page as shown there. So that's what you do, So you click here. It's loading. And then here you go. So this actually takes you to a bunch of like comics. So far better an approximate answer to the right question, which is often vague, than the exact answer to the wrong question, can always be made precise. Next, far better an approximate answer. So these are pretty much quotes that you usually see in like comics and stuff. That's what you do here. Exoplanet system, giant planet orbiting so close that it's actually rolling on the star's surface, yada yada yada. So this is pretty much taking you to different like, sections of comics. In this case, actually taking you to like 3. Saying like 3 comics. So yeah, that's pretty much it, That's pretty much what you do. So yeah, that's what you do. So your heading, paragraph, link to your photo, which is image source ID .jpg, and then your link to your comic website, which paragraph A, properties for like your reference, the A tag, HTTP, that.com title, Land of Geeky Comics, click here to read some excellent comics, body, H.T.M.L, then yeah. So that's pretty much how you create like a the basics. That's pretty much the basics of HTML. Yeah. So that's it. Any questions, Joe?
Hey, KB. Hello?
Are you okay? No questions?
No, I do have a question.
What's your question?
Yeah. My question, can you please go to your VS Code? I just want to see something and then I can ask a question from there.
There now.
Yeah, as I was saying, you said with the image, I must make sure that I'm saving my image under index HTML or under which document, under which folder?
No, wait. Okay, you see this folder, the folder I'm on, chapter 5? You see that folder, Joe?
Yes.
So you must make sure that your image in your file explorer, as you need to, in your file explorer, you need to search for the image. You need to search for the file, the folder first. So go into your code college, then go to intro into programming.
Yes.
Then as soon as you go into code college, double click on it, then you'll see something called intro into programming code college. Go into that, and then you see your code repository. The one that's been highlighted here right now, intro into programming code college. You must identify that one in your file explorer, right?
Yes.
And within your file explorer, you got my code, source code, get attributes, the attributes that you need in order for you to actually upload your stuff into your GitHub. And then you got your books. So within my code, you probably got like chapter 5.
Yes.
So within chapter 5, you take the photo that you got from the web, right? You download it first, and then you take that photo and you make sure that you drag it over to chapter 5 within your repository intro to programming web. That in the file intro to programming, with that file being in code college. So you pretty much got like a path. You must make sure that that photo is within the relative, is within the path relative to the to the file that you're working on.
Yes. Let's say, okay, right now as we're working on chapter 5, so that
So, sorry,
yes,
Joe.
and then so I'm saying, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah,
Yes. As you were saying, I must make sure that the image is saved under the chapter that we're working on.
yeah,
So
yes,
let's say right now we're working on chapter 5. So
yes.
the image is saved on in under folder chapter 5, right?
Yeah, yeah, you have to do that because will happen is if you're referring to an image, right? If you're just referring to an image, obviously, if you go on your web page and you run this code on your web page, obviously it's going